When it comes to children, I wouldn't even allow my 17-year-old daughter to get breast implants.
Top surgery for people who are born female is a medically necessary treatment. It is not the same as getting breast implants. It's the same surgery that cisgender boys, also minors, are receiving at 10 times the rate. It has been shown to be effective at reducing the risk of suicide for trans youth.
If a male loses their breast tissue,
nothing happens.
Their daily functions stay the same. Their future is not impacted. When a biological woman loses their breast tissue, they can no longer breastfeed. They lose their female anatomy. So God forbid they do regret it, which I know it's a small amount of people. God forbid they do. What are they going to do?
Hey guys, welcome back to Normal Gaze, where we take on LGBT insanity. I'm Brad Polumbo here with Clarkson Lawson.
What's up, guys? Now, before we get started on today's video, make sure you join as a member. We had a really fun members-only video with Blair White last week, and then this week we're going to be reacting to your Reddit comments. I didn't know that Brad had like a Reddit community.
Well, it's new.
It's new, but I haven't read anything. Well, I did accidentally read one of them, but we're going to react to what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, so also you can join the Reddit at the link in the description. Now, we're going to react to a video from a transgender YouTuber named Samantha Lux, who has several million followers, and she's very outspoken. Like, I think some of these LGBT organizations like GLAAD have given her awards, and I think she seems like a sweet person, but she constantly spreads misinformation and dies on the most extreme and radical hills when it comes to transgender activism, and then doesn't realize that she's part of the problem. And I think this video is a perfect example of that. Let's take a look, because she's decided to die on the hill that transition surgeries for minors are important and medically necessary.
So we moved on from it's not happening to now it has to happen.
Bingo. The thing that never happened and it was just a right-wing hoax is actually important and good and medically necessary. And actually she compared it to chemotherapy.
I can't do this.
Wait for the video.
I personally don't have an issue with the trans part of the LGBT at all. I only mentioned something because when it comes to children, I wouldn't even allow my 17-year-old daughter to get breast implants.
Top surgery for people who are born female is a medically necessary treatment. It is not the same as getting breast implants. It's the same surgery that cisgender boys, also minors, are receiving at 10 times the rate. It has been shown to be effective at reducing the risk of suicide for trans youth.
Okay, so first of all, you're going to compare gynecomastia surgery.
They're not the same thing
Something
at all.
that is a abnormality in the male anatomy, something that I actually had done, and I had a lump that had to be removed, which you guys all came for me and said, oh, you had top surgery. It's like, actually, they had to send that back to see if I had cancer. So you're going to say that young boys removing extra breast tissue that could lead to cancer is the same thing as a young woman cutting off her breasts, which serve a function. So this is not just like if a male loses their breast tissue,
nothing happens.
Their daily functions stay the same. Their future is not impacted. When a biological woman loses their breast tissue, they can no longer breastfeed. They lose their female anatomy. So God forbid they do regret it, which I know it's a small amount of people. God forbid they do. What are they going to do? Get implants that are not functional breasts. So if they want to breastfeed, oh no, you just need to use formula. Formula's fine. Isn't that crazy? Like they're like, oh, if you want to have kids later on, just use formula.
Well, it's horrifying. I saw a video of a trans man who, or maybe detrans, I don't remember, but had the top surgery and then later became pregnant, and their body still created milk, but the breasts obviously didn't function. So it just like surged up. It was really messed up. The important part is that minors can't really understand this. It is not medically necessary. She is absolutely incorrect. And I'll run through some of the evidence that she cited very briefly, but conflating it with, it's an entirely different treatment for a young male to get excess breast tissue removed is for a different purpose than it's not for treating gender dysphoria. So it's
and also men and women are different.
Yes, they are. Crazy take, I know. But also the study that she cited to say that it reduces surgery, I looked into it. It's a study of adults. The average age is 26. So it's like I think
we support that.
We're fine with that. If you are 26 years old and you are trans and you want to get top surgery, we support you.
Correct.
If you're 22 and you want to get it.
If you're 18.
Yes, I think it should be legal for you at 18. I would encourage people to probably wait a little longer if they can, because you're still mushy
Sure,
brain.
but if you can die for your country,
I
then make
agree
that
it
choice.
should be legal.
Yes.
And then there was only 6 months of follow-up on this study. So they looked at these people's outcomes after 6 months, but
Great.
most of the people who regret it's several years later. So the study was rated in literature reviews as very low quality and very low
I'm
certainty.
so shocked.
Yet she just flashes the abstract on there like she did her big one. I promise you she didn't read it. She doesn't know anything about methodological like analysis of studies or anything. She just got the glad talking points and ran with it. And I'm sorry I have to read you this. Somebody wrote in the comments, I agree with her, referring to Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Let people get cosmetic surgeries when they're adults, cis and trans based. Samantha Lux replied, procedures that are medically necessary are not cosmetic. That's like denying chemo to someone with cancer.
Oh my God.
Not letting minors cut off their healthy breasts is like denying cancer patients chemotherapy.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Except for the part where there's evidence that chemotherapy fixes a disease.
You don't even need to explain this. I'm going to start crashing out. We don't need to explain that chemotherapy is not the same thing as a 14-year-old chopping off their tits.
Apparently, we do have to explain it, Clarkson.
Oh my God. I can't do this anymore. This is, you know what? Just chop off all your tits, kids. It's fine. Everybody chop everything off. Chop off your limbs. If you want to be paraplegic, by all means, God.
So the other thing I want to say is I commented on Samantha's Instagram, and Samantha has an open invitation to have a conversation with me.
Come on the show. We would love for you to defend this study.
She won't. She can't defend anything. She doesn't know how to make arguments.
No, she's gonna put our video in ChatGPT and then say, prompted an opposing argument to what they just said, and then she's gonna pull another study that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Actually, it will probably be an AI hallucinated study, but she'll just cite it because she'll think it's real.
And then she's gonna put out a video and all her followers say, Samantha, you buy it.
I commented on Samantha's Instagram and said, it's not medically necessary or supported by evidence to perform top surgery on minors. And she replied to me and said, me when I lie.
That's it?
That's it. And what's so interesting about the timing of this is this was true before because the experts, unfortunately, had been kind of ideologically captured at many of these organizations, but the actual systematic evidence reviews we've been knew this, right? But this recently happened. This is the Washington Post reporting, first major medical group opposes gender transition surgeries for youth. The American Society of Plastic Surgeons said doctors should delay gender-related surgeries until age 19, citing insufficient evidence that benefits outweigh risks. So you literally cannot even make the claim anymore. Well, the experts say that it's safe and effective, which was never really true on a global scale.
She's gonna flip it. So now we can't trust the experts because it doesn't validate her own biases. I can already see this is what happens when you approach an argument or something going on with bias rather than actually looking at it to find a solution or to figure out what the truth is. Because like these people are not, or these types of people, I'm not specifically referring to trans people, but these ideologues are not looking to find the truth in situations. They're looking to confirm what they already think is the truth.
Yeah.
So she's not going to believe this in the same way that people on the right don't want to believe anything about like, I don't know, about Trump or something that he does. They just pretend like it's not there. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it is. And it's interesting that this Samantha, who again, I think seems like a nice person and is probably well-intentioned,
just has a lot of bias that you do not want to overcome clearly because you're wrong, but you refuse to admit it.
Well, and also just like doesn't really engage with public policy in any serious way. But it is unfortunate to me that people like GLAAD and these other LGBT orgs uplift Samantha as if she's doing like this amazing advocacy work, when in reality, the fact that prominent trans commentators and YouTubers are out here dying on the hill of top surgery for minors and comparing it to chemotherapy is actually a microcosm of everything that's gone wrong with trans activism and why adult trans rights are on the chopping block.
Yeah, and I understand why, as a trans person, you feel the need to become like just like pro. Everything is good because you feel like you're being attacked left, right, and center right now.
Yeah, but if you go all or nothing, you're going to get nothing.
If you actually look at why you're like a lot of people are attacking left, right, and center, it's specifically because of this issue.
Yeah.
It's because of you doubling down on things that are just fundamentally untrue.
First, things that were never happening. now
Yeah.
things that are actually, not only are they happening,
Oh, that
but
doesn't
it's like
happen.
chemotherapy.
And then they're like, oh, but it's just the small people who regret it. And it's
Mm.
like, okay, first of all, we don't even have studies on that yet to prove if it's a small amount. Second of all, trans people are a small amount, but we accommodate them and we should accommodate minorities. So the arguments are just so illogical that, like, I don't know.
But Samantha has in the past labeled me as a transphobic gay, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'm not surprised.
But the problem is that Samantha would literally define like not wanting minors to have their breasts chopped off
As
as
transphobic.
transphobic, so guilty, I guess.
Yeah, and then you wonder why everybody just
Why no
is
one
like,
gives a
all
being
just like,
called
yeah,
transphobic
yeah. They're just
anymore.
like, okay, yeah, sure, I'm transphobic because you guys ruined it for everyone.
You guys will have to let us know your thoughts on all of this. I just felt insanely gaslit by this person and very frustrated by the quality of evidence and argumentation that they put forward. But anyway, you guys
Well,
let us know.
It's TikTok.
Yeah, but it's also YouTube, and she does
Oh.
full-length videos. Like, these are not short. This is a short-form clip
You could
from a
literally
full-length
just
video.
put your, like, it's so easy to verify your evidence nowadays. Put it into AI and say, disagree with this and give me the opposing opinion.
That would be like subjecting yourself to harm, though. You would have to read.
Yeah, because then the
transphobic
AI would be
facts.
transphobic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. I get it. Don't do that.
Anyway, guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Become a channel member to watch our upcoming video reacting to your Reddit posts about us, and also unlock our fun video we did playing F, Marry, Kill with Blair White. It got unhinged. It was actually really
fun.
funny.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, become a channel member, hit the like button, subscribe, blah, 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 and we'll be back with more Normal Gays real soon.